All right, we are ready to begin. So really what 18, 19 is all about is just now taking word problems and translating it to mathematical expressions. So here's kind of how we're going to do it. In reading the word problem, we have two people. I want you to underline the names Greg and Jeff. The other key words that's going to play into this, the VIPs, two more. I'm going to put a box around that. And then what we'll do is you take a look. What you got to do is you have to establish and come up with a variable. Hurry up there, Jay. You got to come up with a variable. In this example, they say, let's let J equal Jeff's money in dollars. The reason why we're picking Jeff is because they're going to give to you a value for Jeff that we're going to substitute in. So we're going to let J equal Jeff's money in dollars. And then this J plus 2 is coming from the word problem. This is coming from this, $2 more than Greg. So then, like I kind of told you maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago, we write the expression. We're going to substitute the value in for J, and then you evaluate the amount, in this case, of dollars that Greg has, which is 14. Okay? Go to the next one. If you look at the word problem, this word problem here is no different than the word problem before. It's the same exact word problem. Difference now, though, is they're giving you Greg. So if they're giving you the other person, when you write that expression, technically you have to flip the sign to G minus 2. Because no matter what, whether it was this example or this example, Greg always has $2 more than Jeff. How you get to it is depending on what they give you. That's a little confusing for some of you guys. So after you're done, always look at the answer that you're coming up with and see if it makes sense. Okay? In both scenarios, because it's the same problem, no matter what, when you come up with your answer, Greg always has to have more money than Jeff, no matter how you write it. Okay? All right, let's practice. Read this quietly to yourself. Underline your names and underline your key VIPs. Cece, what names did you underline? Okay. Maddie Barch. Any key VIPs?
8 more books.
Right. Good. Okay, now we're going to see what they give you. They're giving you Kristen. So let's let K for Kristen equal what? Jay.
The amount of books Kristen can.
Good. It's a little small area here, so don't write too big. And then in my opinion, this box becomes the most important. Because once you get this, everything kind of falls into place. Brandon, what goes there? Mm-hmm. Hard part's done now. It's going to be expression. What are we substituting in? Leah. 9's coming here. And then what do you got? 9 plus 8. Go ahead, finish it up there, Lee. And that is going to be the amount of books who read. No, we have Chris. It's the other girl, Abby. Abby read 17 books. Let's try one more. Same thing, underline your names, key VIPs, and then we'll come back. Lily, names first?
Daryl.
Good. I can find it there for a minute. And then what variable letter did you do? Good, Lil.
J.
Makes sense, because they're giving you Julie's age, or teaching years. If you want to just say Julie's years, that's fine by me. In this case, it's her years teaching. The all-important expression. What becomes our expression? Go ahead, Anna.
J plus 1.
Good. Now, just remember, you're getting that plus 1 from here. 1 year longer. A couple kids wanted to do J plus 28 because they thought they needed to go here. This is the very last step, that 28 gets substituted in, which we're going to do now. J plus 1, sub in 28 plus 1, and who's been teaching 29 years? It's Daryl, you had it.
Don't.
What I do want you to do too is after you have an answer, kind of put that in your head that you have Daryl has 29 years and Julie's 28. You have that in your head, kind of like a visual. Go back to your question and see if it fits with the story problem. Daryl has been teaching for 1 year longer than Julie. Is 29 one more year than 28? So it works. Because sometimes what happens is you may reverse it. And as you'll see when you do the problem set, and I'll get to it, the last two in the problem set, it's confusing, it's a challenge, and I'll explain why, I'll get to it. Okay, I think there's 2 more left, including the next page. Let's skip it. You're going to work in your groups on that, but go to example 2. That's this one here with the ages. Same thing, I want you to kind of read it, look at the table, and if you could start doing it, start doing it. I'll let you kind of do it, and then we'll come back here and see what you came up with. Okay, so here we go. When Maggie was born, basically 0 years old, Stephanie was 2. So when Maggie turns 1, how old will Stephanie be? Okay, it is. She will be 3. Do it in reverse. When Stephanie is 4, how old is Maggie? Here. When Maggie turns 3, how old will Stephanie be? M. Finally, when Stephanie is 6, how old is Maggie? J. Okay. Table's done. Once you see that pattern, this column is 2 more years than this column. Okay? That'll always be true. If Maggie is 15, that's this column on the left. How old will Stephanie be? Pete. 17. 2 more years. Work it in reverse. Now, Stephanie's age is the column on the right. When she's 21, how old is Maggie? Nick. Once you have established the pattern, you can now develop an expression. What if I told you that Maggie's age is represented by the letter M? What would Stephanie be? Okay, Lo. That's it. What I want you guys to always kind of do, even though this is really simple, get into the habit of once you come up with an expression that you think is right, substitute a couple values in to make sure it works. So if you're going to come up with M plus 2, take any 2 values here and make sure that when you substitute it in, it works. What's 2 plus 2? It works. What about 4 plus 2? it works. If it works for two non-zero numbers, I guarantee you your expression is right. In most cases, like 99% of the time. Now, what if I give you Stephanie's age is S? What do you got?
S minus 2.
Right. And if you're still not sure, substitute the values in and you'll see it'll work. Okay, are we clear? So what you guys are going to do in your groups, you have, I think, 2 more left on example 1. Let me double check on that. It might be 3. No, 1 here. Then there's 1 on the top of this page 3. And then you'll notice the problem set starts almost right away. So you're going to have more than enough head start for tonight. But look, the very last 2 problems, and you're going to do them at the end, don't do them right away. The last 2 are a challenge because of what they give you. And my only advice to you is this: when you come up with an answer, read the story problem and make sure that your answer makes sense. Okay? It's a little tricky. All right, so group up and go, go, go. Hey, you're going to work solo.